No, Dad. Look, I can't pay it back.
To go Royal Namnan by 2 lengths. Dry Ginger down the outside running on fairly, and so is Bunbury.
Well, didn't I say I'd make your fortune?
It was marvellous. 5 wins out of 7 races. You're in the wrong profession, you know.
You know, if you'd been a little more daring, and I might add a little more trusting, you'd be going home in an armoured car by now.
I'll have you know I was brought up to regard gambling as something in which a lady does not indulge. 50 cents each way is the maximum my conscience will allow. Anyway, I won more than you did.
Oh, a tipster never backs his own certainties.
Oh, I've enjoyed myself so much. I can't remember when I last went to the races.
Racing has missed you. There you are, fair lady.
Thank you, sir.
Where to now?
Home, James, and don't spare the horses.
Are you serious?
Of course.
Then you are letting me down.
Over what?
My dinner invitation.
I most certainly am not. You don't expect me to go out to dinner dressed like this, do you?
Oh, why not? You look stunning.
Andrew Reynolds, you amaze me. One must dress for dinner. It's the done thing.
Oh, well, I shall have to get my tuxedo out of mothballs. God knows what they're going to say at the pizza parlour.
Morning.
Well, you sound as if you had a good weekend.
Oh, Colleen Powell invited me round to her place last night and we sat up to all hours playing cards. Oh, it's all right for her. She's on late shift.
Well, you can think yourself lucky you're not on duty at the factory. You'd need matchsticks to keep your eyes open.
Yes, I believe it's pretty boring there. I've been lucky so far.
Yes, so I've noticed from the rosters. But don't worry, Meg, your turn will come. Let's see now. Meg Jackson. Meg Jackson. And, Meg Jackson.
Thanks, friend.
My pleasure.
I've just got a sudden attack of Monday morning blues coming on.
Good morning, Mr. Fletcher. Ladies.
Morning, Mrs. Davidson.
Morning. Davidson.
Well, that's a very nice dress.
Thank you. Mr. Fletcher, B. Smith is due out of solitary this morning. Would you bring her to my office, please?
Yes, of course.
She's like a lovesick schoolgirl.
What?
Well, you don't think she's wearing that dress for our benefit, do you? My guess is she'll have a visit from Reynolds today.
Oh, give it a rest, Vera. So what if she's going out with him? At least it shows she's human.
Come in.
Smith, Mrs. Davidson.
Good morning, Smith. I won't bother to ask you whether you've learnt anything from being in solitary.
Well, then I won't bother telling you.
Nor will I bother to warn you what will happen if you break regulations again. You seem to be intent on making your life in here as unpleasant as possible.
Yeah, I'm punishing myself for my sins.
Shut up, Smith.
No doubt you've heard about Gail Summers.
Yeah, I heard.
Hers was a particularly unfortunate crime, and one which will be dealt with by the courts and not by you. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Crystal.
Good. Because I'm sure you wouldn't like what I have planned for you if anything happens to her. You may go. Oh, and Smith, your name is still on the list for the factory detail. But if you want to be in it, it will have to be on your own merits and not by someone dropping out for you.
Paul Reed.
Hi, Dad, it's me.
Ah, Tony, how's the job hunting going?
Should have seen the crowds at the employment office. It was like grand final week.
Yeah, well, it's always like that on a Monday morning. Did you get through to see somebody?
Yeah, and they gave me a dozen numbers to ring, and everyone's already employed someone.
Oh, never mind, mate. Something will turn up eventually.
Yeah, well, I've got one to see this afternoon.
Oh, great. What's that?
Dishwasher in a restaurant.
Come on, Tony. You can do better than that, surely.
I know, Dad. Of course I can, but... Well, it's only part-time, in the evenings. I mean, it'll give me some money, and my days will be free to look for something better.
Yeah, well, just make sure it's only temporary, huh?
Yeah, don't worry, I will.
Listen, why don't we have lunch together? March out.
Sure, where?
Oh, the local, I suppose. Pick you up there about 12:30.
Okay, fine. See you later.
Bye.
Hey, Lizzie, want to flutter on the night trots?
Are you kidding? I haven't got paid for the last lot yet.
I told you. You'll get paid as soon as Kay coughs up at the factory. God, she's in me for $150.
Oh. Well, you're not going to get 1 cent out of me till I get what's coming. Poor old Margot's having a real rough trot because of Kay. Too bad. About time she got what's coming to her. Bee! You're back! Oh!
All right, come on. This is not a school reunion. Now back to work, all of you.
How are you, honey? All right, babe. I've been keeping it warm for you.
Ta. I'll bet the fur will start flying now. You're back, eh, Bee? You gonna get Gail? We never spoke to her like you said.
I don't know where you lot to be without me around to wipe your noses. We got a new chum working the press. B, this is Gail Summers. Gail, this is B. Gail's in for knocking her kid around.
I don't see anyone.
Yeah, poor little thing. Only 3 he was, covered in big bruises, black and blue all over the poor little thing. You'd think someone would teach her a lesson, wouldn't you?
Then why don't you do it, Nolene?
Oh, yeah, sure, and then I'd finish up in the pound for you. I'm not doing your dirty work.
Then go and boil your head.
What's that, B? Gone soft? Being in the pound too long made you go troppo, eh?
Oh, shut your trap, Nolan.
You shut yours. I'm talking to B.
You're not working in here, so shove off.
You little bitch!
Nolan, don't! What are you
Hey, come on, break it up. Get up there. Get up, Burke. What's this all about? Get on your feet, Burke. What's it all about?
She started it.
All right, come on, both of you outside and let the governor sort this out. The rest of you, get back to work. Now, come on, move.
I don't know how many times you women have been warned about brawling.
It was her. She just come up and started shoving me around.
Is that true, Doreen?
Yes.
Well, knowing you, Burke, there was obviously some considerable provocation.
No way. I was just standing there talking to B and she come up and shoved me over. I was just defending myself.
Mr. Fletcher?
I'm afraid I can't say. It was the noise of the fight that attracted me. I don't know what caused it.
Well, Burke, as Doreen corroborates your story, you'll be let off with a warning.
Thanks, Mr. Davidson.
But just remember, you have the privilege of working on the factory scheme at the moment. That privilege can easily be revoked.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Mr. Fletcher, would you take Burke back to her duties and then return for Doreen after I've had a word with her? Doreen, what is the problem?
Huh?
Well, you obviously have a problem, and I'd like to help you with it. Why are you so determined to get off the work party?
I'm just sick of it, that's all.
Is there something bothering you? One of the other workers?
No.
That's B. Smith, isn't it? She wants to get onto the scheme and is pressuring you to get off it.
No, honest, Mrs. Davidson, it's me. I just can't handle it, that's all.
I find that hard to believe, Doreen. I could understand it if this were your first time out. But you were on parole for 5 months. If you were going to crack up, you would have done so then. Well, if you won't let me help you...
What am I going to cop for fighting with Nolene?
As you picked the fight with the intention of being removed from the working party, your punishment will be to remain on it.
G'day, Tone. Heard you inside, mate.
Yeah, g'day, Spike. What are you doing these days, eh?
Ah, just hanging around waiting for the next doll tech to show. Listen, this is me mate, Heron.
G'day. G'day.
What's with the threads, anyway?
Oh, I've been out looking for a job.
Yeah, best of luck, mate. I stuffed around for about 3 months before I knew what was going on. Just sit back and wait for the dough to come in.
What, so you didn't go back to tech?
You're kidding, aren't you? Slave your guts out for 3 years for what? To be a doll bludger with a degree? Come on, there's no work around, mate, believe me.
If you're willing to work somebody to give you a job.
Sure, you can pick fruit or sell encyclopedias or something, but where's the sense in that? I mean, you do a bloody hard day's yakka for what, a few bob more than the doll? Come on, man, I've been there. No way.